Welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining me. We've got some very hilarious updates to go over in this video regarding all of the English voice actor stuff, and I gotta say, I'm actually impressed. I can't believe they've continued to make their side look worse and worse for now over a month. I mean, that's some serious dedication. Right when you think they found like rock bottom, no, they find a way to keep on going, keep on digging deeper. And the lack of self-awareness where they never admit and own up to any of the criticism that people have, and as a matter of fact, they act like they're completely in the right. It just makes it all that much more funny. And so in this video, some of the stuff we'll be taking a look at is how these Union VA supporters are now talking about enacting a rebellion against Hoyoverse and against the Hoyoverse fans. They're threatening us, guys, threatening us that they're going to uninstall Genshin Impact to show their solidarity with the striking Union VAs. I'm sure Hoyoverse is terrified of this. What are they going to do when these dozens of people no longer play the game anymore? There's also been a whole new act of desperation. Someone or some people are sending emails out to aspiring voice actors who aren't a part of the union, trying to get them to join the union, trying to really talk SAG-AFTRA up, being like, you gotta join us, it's for your own interests. So we'll be taking a look at that email that's been leaked, as well as some other stuff too. Should be a good time. Let's start with this rebellion thing, just like instant comedy. So this person, Rick, responds to Sean Larway, who's a voice actor, and this is a post I read yesterday from Sean Larway, and pointed out why he was incorrect in what he was saying, so consider watching yesterday's video if you're out of the loop on that part. But anyways, this Rick person responds to Sean Larway and says, "The writing becomes more clear on the wall. They'll never care unless we fans actually take a frickin' stand and leave the game behind. It's with a heavy heart, but it must be done. I uninstalled Genshin in support of the strike. I hope to ignite a spark of rebellion." You can't be serious, dude. You can't be serious. Wait, he is serious? He's not joking? There's more? 1 hour ago he said this. I made a bigger statement on YouTube to provide more context. I admit writing that post on YouTube and doing what I did today really messed me up heavily. I'm just happy that I know people who support my decision and the stuff that I care about. And we've got this post that reads, "In other kind of sad news, I'm going to talk about a game that I never made a dedicated video on, but always played behind the scenes. Today, I made a decision regarding that game, and I didn't make this decision lightly, but I did so with a very heavy heart. As some of you might know, Genshin Impact was a game that I spent 4 years of my life playing almost every day, because I genuinely enjoyed it. Especially one character in particular, Gon Yu, who I even made an Armored Core 6 build inspiration of, and put a few memes of her in my videos for comedic effect. For the past 9 months, voice actors all across America have been on strike for better protections against AI. And tragically, Genshin Impact is one of those games that's been affected negatively by it, due to certain characters being on voice for new content, as their actions have been justifiably holding the line against the plague of AI in support of the strike. And that decision, as some of you might now have guessed, was that I uninstalled the game. Sure, some of it was out of my frustration towards Hoyoverse, but the primary reason was my appreciation of the cast that put their hearts and souls into the game. If any of you still play Genshin or any Hoyoverse game, I ask that you join me in uninstalling them, and that I hope that in doing so, that I ignited a spark of rebellion." How are these people serious? I know I said that already, but this seems like they're parodies of themselves. His logic is also really, really bad. Like, my primary reason for uninstalling was my appreciation of the cast that put their heart and souls into the game. You understand there's a lot more people that work on the game than just voice actors, right? You understand there's also artists and developers, etc., etc. And for you to say like your reason for quitting is because of the appreciation of the cast, but you're specifically only referring to the VAs, it's just a weird thing to say. It comes off like you're very tunnel visioned and you don't see like the larger scope of everyone who's actually working on the game, which apparently these people haven't even been doing for like 9 months anyways, the people you're trying to appreciate. So it's just all around just like a weird take. But hey, I'm sure that rebellion's going to go really good, bro. I'm sure you're going to make a lot of change with that. Good job. Okay, let's move on to the email thing. So thank you everyone who tagged me to this tweet from Very Berry Studios that says, "Heads up, voice actors. Someone is impersonating Very Berry Studios and sending fake emails urging people to join SAG-AFTRA and contact Hoyoverse. This is not us. Please report that email as spam and don't engage with it. We are not affiliated with SAG-AFTRA or Hoyoverse. We are a remote indie team that supports non-union talent and will not work on union projects. Our team has been dealing with spam/phishing emails lately, and now it's escalated to impersonation. If you get an email and aren't sure it's from us, check for context in our message at the bottom. They then provided more information, as well as some information about a convention that they're on and wishing people a happy Easter. But let's take a look at the email, because in the responses, someone posted the email saying that they also got it. We can see this voice actor, Colin, said, "Got it right here." The email titled, "Please join SAG-AFTRA. Protect the Genshin Impact VAs." Oh my gosh, look at this thing. "Attention voice actors/actresses. We need to join the union. We need to protect the union VAs. That includes Karina Bodker, Zach Aguilar, and Sarah Millers-Cruz. What are the benefits in joining SAG-AFTRA? SAG-AFTRA members gain access to thousands of discounts at national chains and local businesses that can help further their careers in countless ways." Is that really their pitch? Oh my gosh, hold on. I was gonna say this. Is this a troll email? But like earlier in this video, I mentioned how these people unironically act like parodies of themselves. So who even knows? Let's finish this first, I guess, and see what else it says. "What joining SAG-AFTRA does for you. SAG-AFTRA members are entitled to a variety of benefits, including contract/collective bargaining." Okay, there's their actual pitch. Why'd they start with like the freaking random discount thing? What the? Eligibility for the SAG-AFTRA health plan. Oh, the one that they screwed people over with a few years ago that I talked about before. Great. SAG producers pension plan, the AFTRA retirement fund, the iActor online casting database. Please email Hoyoverse, GenshinCSHoyoverse.com, to reconsider their cast lineups. And you may become a voice actor on high-demand projects such as Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, and many Crunchyroll projects. Suddenly bringing like Crunchyroll up. It's so random. But then they sign it Phoebe Thatcher. And we can see Phoebe is the one who pointed out this is like impersonation. This is the very founder here, Phoebe, saying, "I was reading this like, why did they rope Crunchyroll into it? And are these facts about SAG-AFTRA true? I had no idea they had these benefits. Oh, you didn't hear about the famous national chain discount? You can get 5% off national chains if you're a SAG-AFTRA member." So we've got this email that's going around, and as we read a moment ago, there's also this rebellion that some of the SAG-AFTRA supporters are trying to start. Let's see what else is going on today. Oh, I thought this was pretty funny. Do you remember this Pomeranian of Doom person from yesterday who made this post that we read? Where Pomeranian of Doom said, "I think we really just need to start pointing out more that this movement against VAs is in fact one of the alt-right. Teenagers have historically been the primary demographic that the alt-right has tried to radicalize for well over a decade now, making the Genshin fandom a prime target. Yeah, if you criticize these toxic, manipulative VAs, you're clearly alt-right." This person, Leon, refuted it. But, spoiler alert, Pomeranian of Doom then says this: "I did not say everyone who opposes it is individually alt-right, merely that this movement against the unionization effort is indeed being led by the alt-right. Do you think it is a coincidence that the voices perpetuating this narrative are people like Asmon Golden Hero, hey?" Oh my gosh, dude. This person's so unhinged. It's crazy. Yeah, so alt-right is an absolutely meaningless buzzword, and I'm not leading anything. I'm just talking about the crazy stuff you guys keep posting, like this, for example. I also love how they tried to shift their argument, saying, "Oh, it's just being led by the alt-right. I never said the whole thing was alt-right." The whole thing, of course, being people who are criticizing the VAs and all that. But no, Pomeranian of Doom literally said, "I think we need to start pointing out more this movement against the VAs is in fact one of the alt-right," implying the whole thing is. So arguments all over the place. Your points are bad. You're being weird. Bro needs to do something about his political brain rot. He's turning his mind into mush with that stuff. And look at this response from Leon that reads, "I'm going to be honest here. I'm a 30-year-old disabled gay trans dude. I'm about as far from alt-right as you can get. I'm not anti-union. I'm not pro-corpo or billion-dollar companies. However, I think limiting freedom of choice is wrong. Monopolies are wrong. Coercion is wrong. Lying is wrong." And that's the funny part. To these SAG-AFTRA bootlickers, if you criticize their manipulative movement at all, you're clearly just an alt-right fascist chud. What makes all this Pomeranian of Doom stuff that much funnier is this is someone that Karina Boatger, the VA for Paimon, really likes. You can see over on Karina's Blue Sky account, just like constant reposts of Pomeranian of Doom's posts here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Holy smokes. Oh, look at this. Karina reposted that Rick person from earlier too. The post is from 24 days ago, but Karina just recently reposted it. As you can see, the repost right above that's from 3 hours ago. So I guess Karina recently saw this and was like, "Oh, that's a good take." Rick person being the one from earlier who was talking about holding that rebellion against Hoyoverse and all that stuff. But here, Rick is essentially calling the fans toxic, the Hoyoverse fans toxic for criticizing the Union VA's strike and all that stuff. And Karina is reposting that. That's going to really help things, Karina, by reposting stuff that's calling the fandom toxic. Yeah, great idea. And then, of course, there was also this. Some of you may find this interesting. Karina reposting Kaiser Neko. What a crossover, huh, guys? Kaiser Neko and Karina. It's like this whole clique of people are building their own cinematic universe over on Blue Sky. Basically like the SAG-AFTRA Avengers. Alrighty, guys. That's where I'll leave it for today. To be quite frank, there is even more stuff that I want to talk to you guys about regarding all of this. But I think there was so much hilarious stuff here already, especially that whole email thing and like that rebellion thing and all that, that I'm going to leave it there and see what people have to say about this stuff. And then I'll see you again, hopefully, in the next one. Hopefully, you'll join me for that, too. Appreciate you tuning in, as always. If you enjoyed the coverage, please consider liking and or subscribing to the channel. Have a wonderful weekend ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.